Hello and welcome back to No Man's Sky, everybody. ElanPaul here with a bonus episode for the survival playthrough that we're doing for Worlds 2. This is not going to be a numbered episode. I've done about 22 or 23 different episodes at this point. You guys have probably only seen about 16, I guess, 17 episodes, something like that. I'm not sure exactly how many episodes I've done so far of this, but I have them coming out usually once a week. Sometimes I have a few come out in 1 week in order to catch up on certain storylines, if you will. But that's neither here nor there. I decided to do this episode in order to talk about, as you saw on the subject line, your freighter. So Derelict Freighters are a thing, obviously, in No Man's Sky, something that you can explore and go through and check out. But what is the purpose of exploring a derelict freighter? I mean, yeah, you can get some stuff from it, right? That's pretty much all you're worried about, some extra weird items and stuff like that. Well, as some of you may or may not know at this particular point in this particular run-through, I now have a freighter. I have an S-Class freighter that I came across during a rescue operation. But there's one thing about the freighters, as you'll find on your own as well. You don't have a lot of space in the freighters. There's not a lot of cargo space, not a lot of technology space. It is what it is, right? This is all you get. But in order to expand on this freighter, you need to be able to get certain items. Things like cargo bulkheads, which will expand the cargo areas, both the technology and the cargo locations within your freighter, as well as something called a salvaged frigate module. The salvaged frigate modules are very handy in that they allow you to put new technology in your freighter. You can open up new technology, if you will, new rooms, new items. You can get your portal that way, your teleporter, that is. Refiners, things like that. You can get all kinds of neat stuff for your freighter, and there's only a couple different ways to get those. One, you can get it from a crashed freighter on a planet. Yeah, you can go through the let me think here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cargo containers that are submerged and buried in rooms on a crashed freighter on the planet. And if you're fortunate enough, you'll run across one. Sometimes it's a cargo bulkhead. Sometimes, or most times, it's going to be a salvage frigate module that you find. Cargo bulkheads can only really be gotten in one way, and that is from a mission, or 2 ways, I should say, from a mission or from going through a derelict freighter in space. And I'm going to show you a couple tricks on the derelict freighters here in just a moment. And there's a couple different types of derelict freighters you're going to run across, but we'll get to that as well. Another way you can get your salvage frigate modules is if you go to a space station, you can run across one of these fellas here, the mission agents, and they have some really cool rewards on occasion. Sometimes you can do things to get a salvage frigate module, and as you can see, there's also other things like expansion units for your exosuit. These are automatically added to your exosuit. So once you get one of these, you can go up to the exosuit seller up above. Yeah, brain just stopped working all of a sudden. There you go. You go to this guy right here. Not him specifically, but you go to this particular unit right here where you normally get an upgrade for your exosuit, and as long as you have those purple upgrades in your inventory, you can access this and add them in real quick. You don't have to go to a drop pod or anything like that. Same thing with the multi-tool. You can do it to the multi-tool kiosk terminal over there and just add open spots onto your multi-tool and things like that. But these mission agents, really, the whole purpose is that they have these salvage frigate modules that you can then use in order to upgrade and get new upgrades for your freighter. And that's a really cool way of getting some things done. You see, you got upgrade charts and stuff like that, but I personally would rather have these expansion units, to be honest. That would be much, much easier to deal with. So that is what this is. This is kind of your frigate modules are for your freighter. Even though it says frigate, it's for your freighter. It should say salvage freighter module, if you ask me. But that's what it's used for. So that's one of many different ways, or several different ways, you can get those units. There's also mission agents on pirate stations that you can get them from. You've also got locations on planets. Sometimes you'll open up a cache or buried cache or something like that. Very few and far between to find one of those frigate modules on a planet, but you can run across them on occasion. But the best way, besides going to a mission agent and finding it there, or finding it in the anomaly at the Nexus, and you can get it sometimes as a reward there too, is to get yourself a derelict freighter in space. So we're going to explore one of those today. And the two ways you can get a frigate module, pardon me, two ways, let me explain this real quick. Two ways in which you can get one of these right here, emergency signal scanners. The first way is this guy right here, the scrap dealer, who will sell you one. As you can see, it says acquire coordinates, and you buy one for 5 million units. Now, the next time you try to buy one from this particular agent, it'll be 10 million units, and it keeps going up. So you'll have to go to a different space station in order to find a new one. The second way is once a week in the anomaly, you can get one there as well. Let's go ahead and head out. Pull in the anomaly. There we go. I love pulling in the anomaly just outside the space station. I think it's really handy to have that. You can go back and forth between them pretty quick. Now I think I have my multiplayer on, so you're going to see some players running around here in a moment. I think I got to lower my volume a little bit. It's a little too loud for me. There we go. Oh, not a bad parking space. Yep, multiplayer is on. Lots of fun ships floating around. Ah, the Radiant Pillar. Starter ship. I always try to keep my Radiant Pillar on a new save. Even though it's a C-class ship, you know, it's a really cool looking little ship. Alright, so you're coming here to the Nexus. What were we doing here? Right. We're getting one of those, that's a little ADHD kicking in there. Sorry, folks. So if you head up here, and talk to this fellow right over here. Helios, I think his name is. There we go. Iteration Helios. Once a week, he'll give you all this, you know, communication here every single time you hit him. You can ask him about derelict freighters, and once a week he will give you, it is yours. See? And he gives you one. So I have another or second emergency signal scanner. Okay, and you can go through them pretty quick, I'll be honest. It's kind of tough not to go through those things. But yeah, there is that. Real quick, I am going to empty out my inventory real fast. I don't need any of these things. There we go. And why is that? Because we're going to show you a little bit of something that's going to be happening. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I have enough inventory space for what's happening next. We're actually going to attempt to hit a derelict freighter right now. And we'll show you at least one of them to start with. And I'll show you a second one in a different area as well. A lot of people don't do the derelict freighters because they are usually infested with those little alien bug creatures, and those things can do some serious damage. When one of those eggs rupture, they can, all the little bugs that pop up when they start spitting that acid or whatever it is at you, can do serious damage and take you out pretty quick. So, first thing you're going to do, and I want you to pay close attention to this, we're going to open up one of the signal scanners, right? E to tune signal. See? Puts it in a special spot right here, showing that it's currently active. Okay, go into pulse drive. Now, unfortunately, I have another mission to get done, so it's going to pop up in just a second. And I will have to get out of this. I am not going to pay attention to that divergent message. I'll be doing that later. Have to do that or else it won't stop bugging me. And there we go. So this is what you're looking for, derelict freighter. So head over to the freighter. Hit the landing pad. And here we go. We're going to go through one real quick. Alright, now notice it says, warning, game not saved aboard derelicts. This is true. So if you get killed on here, you lose everything, and you'll start back out in space in your ship. And you won't have a save point. You'll have to do it all over again. Now, what happens here? I have an active emergency scanner in my inventory right now. My suggestion is, and this is very, very important, before you go into the freighter, take this and put it into your personal refiner. Make sure you have one on yourself. It doesn't do anything. It's not going to start up and start refining it into anything. Just put it in there. And what will happen is that you can get through the freighter and you can use this particular emergency scanner over and over and over again without having to purchase a new one. It's just a little bit of a glitch trick, if you will, in order to get things done. Now, one of the things you can gather as you're going through here is these little capsules that are floating around right here. There's oxygen and sodium capsules. So if you find yourself running low on oxygen and sodium in your inventory, grab them. They give you about 10 to 15 apiece. Oh, Did I just pass another one? I did. There we go. Maybe a little less sometimes. Open the door. Now, having cold protection is usually a good idea. Hopefully you have some. If you don't, they have heating units like this one right here that you can turn on, which will take care of any heating issues you got going on. Sorry about that. Weird graphic glitch. Alright, so I've got plenty of sodium now, right? Now, a couple different things I always do first. I always hit this particular supply right away. It gives you 3 repair units, which you know are hard to come by. It gives you a bunch of condensed carbon. It gives you a bunch of sodium. Not much, but it gives you enough. Alright, and that's just the starting point. As you go into the docking bay control system, it tells you that a severe incident occurred, access denied, etc., etc., etc. Override the seal. Now, before you unseal the door, collect your emergency supplies. Okay, it's going to go through the same message again, and now you can unseal the door. Now, let me show you what happens. Look at the top right. You get 5,000 ammunition. You get 3 life support gels, an ion battery. You get a few ion batteries, my bad, to start with. So, let's look back. I have acquired all of this. I had a couple thousand projectiles. Now I'm up to over how many is this? 10, 20, 30, 30,000 projectiles. I don't need any more. I'm literally deleting this stuff. So I can't put this in my starship. My starship is out of range. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my freighter just to get it out of the way. I've got so much condensed carbon at this point. It's getting ridiculous, though I did need some, I'll be honest. At some point, I was really low on condensed carbon, so I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and collect what I can at this point. Plus, I was getting low on oxygen. I've got plenty of that now, too. I'm doing really good in that area. So this was a good way to acquire just even the minor elements without having to sit there and scour a planet and use your mining beam. This was a great way to get some new elements and stuff like that. So check your cold protection. Make sure you're up to snuff on that. I'm going to use a little bit of dioxide just to get my up to 100% for the time being. And we're ready to go. Now make sure you're on some sort of gun. Yeah, this one has a bolt caster on it. Hold on, there we go. There, okay, we're all set. So, this particular freighter in this particular system happens to be a decent one. So, as I walk through here, you're going to see it's kind of wide open, right? Not seeing any bugs yet, are you? Let's see what happens here. We're going to check every cabinet. You're going to get nanites. You're going to get items of interest that are valuable as you collect more and more and more of them. So hang on to certain stuff. You can always delete things if you don't want them. But hit at least one of the logs. And what you're looking for, it's going to tell you the story of the ship. Feel free to go through the story of what happened on their voyage. If you want to hit all of the logs, it's up to you. But what you're looking for is you're looking for a crew manifest. Not a crew manifest, a ID, if you will. And what you can do, too, is you can use your scanner and see what kind of containers are still open and useful. See, like I already collected those 2, and you see that the little white icon is missing from them. But these I have not. You'll get units and nanites from the small ones. You'll get big things from the big ones. See, I just got some more projectiles, even though I don't really need it. Got a bunch more nanites. Okay, you can't really jump. Jumping doesn't work here. Your jetpack is offline. Look for these heating units over here. Turn them on. And that'll protect you and get your warmth back up, if you will, especially if you don't have any cold protection. I do recommend getting something. Even a C-class would work fine here. All right. More nanites. More projectile, even though I don't really need any. Okay. Oh, you can find building parts here too. These are building parts that you can put all over your bases, inside your freighter. You can put them anywhere. You can get a lot of them here. Let me be honest with you. You can fill up, and they're free. You don't have to spend anything on them, which is great, you know. So anyway, let's hit the log. We haven't gotten our ID yet. Another event. I'm just going to go through it real quick. We're not going to read this out loud. It's not story mode time on this one. Okay, we did not get an ID here, so let's move on. Let's do a quick scan, see what we got. We catch everything over here? I think we did. Alright, so we hit both logs over here. Now, there's 2 different types of doors. You have the doors with the white arrows on them, with a little blue, kind of a light blue background. Those are the main doors that lead into the rest of the ship. So you'll be going through those doors more than likely every single time. The purple doors, like this one over here, lead into usually a crew quarter of some sort. Two over here I haven't hit. Tainted metal is another thing you get. That's very handy. We'll show you what to do with that later. More neural ducts. Okay, good. So turn on this heater. There we go. Nice and warm. Toasty, toasty. Let's do a quick scan. So you see how they have white icons for just a moment to show you where they all are. And any that retain the icon means that those are units you haven't picked up yet. All right, so let's go through the purple door. Okay, and this leads into just a short quarters area. Okay, another heater, in this case, hanging from the ceiling. Let's go ahead and turn it on. We'll gather this one up. That gives us some more nanites. Good way to collect some decent nanites at some point or another. Let's hit this log. Again, we haven't gotten our ID yet. It's a random item. Wow, can't believe I haven't gotten it yet. That's very, very odd. Okay, so we're done with this area. So I'm going to head on. You notice I haven't fought anything yet. There's been no creatures to fight here, right? Yep. So I'm going to keep going through. Boink. Good old zero grav. Alright, next door. You noticed, again, no creatures. There's some of those green floaty guys back there, which you can shoot from a distance sometimes. They will hit you and they will hurt you. So go ahead and get rid of them. They don't really cause you much problems. They're slow movers. So if you really are standing in one spot for too long, then that's your own fault. Alright, come on now. I've got an assistant here. Maybe this is one. Nope, still won't give me the ID. Alright, let's hit one of these caches. More projectiles. Yay. I missed this by the door. Let's go ahead and grab that. Ooh, Geknip. It's pretty expensive stuff. We'll pick up these items here. Okay. Alright, and then you come across computer terminals. This is going to give us a crew manifest of all the crew that was on board. So this is our first terminal. You don't need anything to get into it. You just access the crew manifest, and it's going to tell you of all the different operators that are on board. And you tell it to update the bioscan. It'll look for them. It'll tell you it can't find any of them, but here's where they last were. Collect this. This is worth money. Okay, so you'll be able to turn this over. It's highly valuable. All right, quick scan. Get rid of bug. Alien bugs, if you will. And keep hitting your... Yep, got Hadal cores out of that one. Now this will bring us back. If we turn this on, we can go back to the front of the ship again. It'll take us there and through the terminals. I don't turn these on until the very, very end. All right. You see we got a lot of canisters over here, so we're going to be hitting a lot of stuff. I'm going to do another scan real quick because I want to make sure there's a log somewhere. Looks like there's one in the corner there. You can tell by that log snippet right over there. And then we're trying to get that ID. We need that next. But let's pick up all the things from these right here. Got a movement module. These scented bottles again. Got units out of that one. So you make some money. Let's go around the other side. Oh, great. More projectile ammunition. Nip nip buds. More scented bottles. Vikeen dagger. Unstable plasma. I could really use those, actually. Or nip nip butts. Did I turn off my light? Or am I just too close to everything? I'm not even sure what is going on here. Looks like we've got a graphic glitch going on. Yeah, graphic glitch going on. You'll have to deal with that. Alright, so which one of these have we not gotten? We'll just put up with it for now. Oh boy, this is really, really kind of weird. And the thing is that we're not going to be able to get out of this. So we'll deal with it. That's interesting. That's what triggered it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and boost our thermal protection real quick. Looks like I need more dioxide. Okay, more ammunition. What have we got in our inventory so far? This is kind of useless to us. We're probably going to end up getting rid of it just to save space. I've got plenty of daggers in my own inventory, so I don't really need it. So let's continue on. We'll take a look around. There we go. Unstable plasma. Hypnotic eyes. Fatal cores. Turn on the heater. Warm up for just a moment. Oh, I missed the suitcase. Painted metal. Excellent. Log snippet. Please give me my ID. There we go. Credentials. Alright, so we've got security credentials. That's what we need, a junior engineer's ID. You can open these up. These will give you... unbelievable. They'll give you living slime. They don't give you a lot, so I usually just get rid of it. I don't particularly care for those things. So we're going to hit this. We'll scavenge that as well. Neural ducts. Scented bottles. Oh, this is very, very crazy creepy because everything is broken right now. Looks like I got all those. We just got to get these two over here. I'm going to ignore the oxygen for now because that seems to be causing a problem. Okay, good deal. Pulse engine modules. C-class upgrades. You mostly will get C-class upgrades, but I don't particularly care for them. So, all right, let's head over here real quick. We'll do a quick scan. All right, I got all those. Take a look around, make sure you got everything. Looks like we got everything, so let's go through the purple door first, and we'll come back. Okay. Okay, more credits, and we can leave here. And notice it's keeping track of how many rooms we've mapped at the bottom right. We've been in 4 rooms. Now you notice there's no white doorway this time. That's because there's an open door over here that has a stairwell leading down. So we're going to go ahead and head down. Now you can take the stairs if you want. I usually just drop, pull back as I'm dropping. That way I don't go through there. All right, let's move on. Very odd. I'm in first person and yet not, if you will. Okay. Can't really see much, unfortunately. Do a quick scan. I don't think there's anything here except for this particular container. More projectile ammunition that I don't need. Okay, looks like we got 2 containers in here. More log snippets, but we don't need the log snippets right now. Hyperdrive module again. We're probably going to be getting rid of those because otherwise they're going to take up our inventory. It's only 60 nanites each anyway. Projectile, which we're probably going to delete. There are canisters in here like these that you can't access, but you can break them up if you stand back because they will cause you damage. See the explosion? And they don't really give you anything, so I don't see the purpose in doing anything with those. Just keep in mind that they're there. Okay, through here. And looks like we have a light. That's it. Let's take a look around. We got 1, 2, 3 things we can open here. More units. Okay, more projectile ammunition. More neural ducts. Heating unit if you wish. And you notice again there's no door here. No purple doors, so let's go ahead and head down to this next stairwell going down. There we go. This will be room 7. There we go. And again, you'll notice I don't have anything I'm fighting. There's no machines or anything like this. If you can find a system with these, you can just do these derelict freighters over and over and over again. Okay, we got a new treasure that we picked up. It looks like we got some bones. So not bad. We're getting a good amount of tainted metal, and we'll show you what that's what it's useful for later. Okay. Took these things over here. Gek relic. Virgin's cube. Yeah, those are kind of fun to come across. Right. Larval cores. So we've got those two now. So I'm going to get rid of the Gek relics. I have so many of them, it's ridiculous. We got hypnotic eyes. We got a good amount of stuff here, but I still haven't found any salvaged frigate modules, of course. It's going to prove me a liar. Let me go ahead and do a quick scan and make sure I got them all. Looks like it. Okay, let's head for the hallway. We can go through the snippets again to go through the rest of the storyline if you wish. Alright, looks like we got humming nodules, 926 years old, worth about 714,000. Not bad. And next room. This will be room 8. You see my thermal protection's falling. I am going to use some more dioxide. I just need to get more later. Alright, this is a pretty decent sized room. So we take a look. You can see we have some decent stuff in here. We got some creatures we're going to have to take out. Thank heavens we got more ammunition, because running low. I can't seem to shoot them. How interesting. Okay, that's really weird. We'll have to just deal with it. Tainted metal. I don't think they can see me. I think that's an interesting byproduct here. There we go. Another hyperdrive module. Go over here. More Geknip. Nip nip buds. It's not a computer terminal, and that one is. That one's one we are going to have to hit. Is that a purple doorway? Oh, those are stairs leading up that we haven't gone through, so we'll have to be hitting that next. Okay, so remember that ID that we got? Let's go through this real quick. Private mainframe access denied. Captain's DNA required. So what I usually tell it, it's going to say that it can't find the captain. What happened? I always tell it deceased. Accepted. Okay. And then it's going to ask you for security credentials. We log in as the junior engineer. There we go. And it's going to go ahead. You want to read the captain's log, let it go through everything that happened and how they died. Usually it comes into that the guy lost his mind in some way. We'll be pioneers, and then that's the last entry you have. Collect that. That's worth a lot. Okay, let's go through another scan. We got some more boxes to go through real quick. Tainted metal. Set these 2 boxes over here. Got a new part. Crew locker. Bundle of buzzing moss. So we're getting to a point where we're actually running low on inventory. Another new part, industrial pallet. Pulse engine module. Just want to make sure we're not running out of inventory yet. Got a couple more things over here to go through. Another rare item, box of beautiful twigs. 1,600 years old. Those are worth 2.2 million. So yeah, you can get a lot of credits here. Let's go ahead and get rid of something here. The ammunition. I really don't need that much ammunition. Or the bone. The bone isn't worth enough to really even care about. Already got those. We didn't get this one. Okay. Okay. More neural ducks. Quack. Not those kind of ducks. I know. I'm just kidding. Okay. More nanites. Projectile ammunition. Like we really need more. Okay. So all the boxes should have been gotten out of here. Okay. We're clear. Let's go to the purple room. Okay, turn on the heater. That'll keep you going for a little bit. And is there anything in here? It's a log. That's weird. I've never been in a room that didn't have something other than some chairs in it. That's a first. Okay, let's head back. Got the room, though. That's room number 9. There's only one room left. So you remember that room that was over here? Had the ladder going up, so we're going to go up here. And all you have to do is just hit it and you'll go up. A little off kilter here. Alright, open the door, and we should be in the cargo bay. Okay, got heating units in here, got some more logs you can hit. There'll usually be just a few extra cases in here. And hopefully, we get what we're looking for. Convergence cube, projectile ammunition again. Gek relic. Do one more scan. Geknip. Doesn't look like we're going to get it. Yep, proved me out to be a liar. Yes, normally you get nice, you'll at least run across one salvage module. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't. But that's okay, because this is the last terminal, and what you can do here You can get one item. You can either get a bunch of nanites, number 3. You can get a technology upgrade, which could be any random thing from C class all the way to S class technology upgrade, or you can fabricate a freighter bulkhead. I recommend going with number 2 unless you have increased the size of your freighter's cargo capacity to its maximum. They are worth quite a bit. There we go. And it's the item you get, cargo bulkhead. And they're also worth some money. You know, they're worth 100,000 each. But that's it. And as I said before, these teleport terminals brings you all the way back to the beginning, if I can get off of it here. There we go. And there we go. That goes back into the ship. This goes back to your, into the freighter, that is, and this goes back to your ship. So we're going to go ahead and head back, and hopefully we can get this graphic glitch taken care of. Notice our speed kicked in. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm curious. Nope, still messed up. Alright. So as you leave the ship, the freighter that is, you pull away, the space station should appear in just a moment. There it is. Of course, the anomaly is right next to it, so we're going to head in that direction. Head back to your space station. Again, I'm going to get that part of the mission that is going to pop up again, whether I like it or not. Yep. It's going to happen every single time until I complete it. One of these days I'll get that done. Okay. Just going to blast past him, and I'm going to head to the space station. Okay, now that you've left the freighter, there we go, let's head in. Now that you've left the freighter, you can go into your exosuit and you can pull this unit out of here. Okay, I'm going to hold off now because my inventory is getting a little bit full. Alright. Wow, okay, we're really kind of messed up. Let's do a quick reload, guys. We have a save point, okay? We have saved automatically, as you can see at the screen. Let's watch it again. See, restore point saved. So let's do a reload. Hold on a second. I just noticed something. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. All right, I'm going to go out to the mode select, and we're going to go back in here real quick. And hopefully it'll work a little bit better now. I hate to have to restart the entire game to get this done. It only takes a couple moments for me to load up. Hey, we're back. Hi. Good to see you all. Okay, so a couple different things. First of all, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit this scrap dealer back here first. Remember those IDs you got? Remember the captain's information? Like, where is it here in our exosuit here? Yeah, so you got the captain's log as well as this crew manifest. You can sell them here, or you can sell them up here at the guild envoy. The guild envoy will pay you credits for them, whereas the scrap dealer will pay you in tainted metal. So we get about 100 tainted metal, 130 in this case, for that particular item. But if we go up to the guild envoy, and that's a scrap metal we can use in order to purchase new items. Otherwise, we can go to this guy here, the guild envoy, and donate the captain's log, and you'll get, let me see here. Yeah, I already donated a bunch of stuff. See, it got donated, and you look at my increase. My standing is increased with the Korvax by 6 by donating that. So that brings me up to a new level with the Korvax in this particular save. You don't get any credits for it, but you do get a standing upgrade. So if you're looking to really increase your standing with a particular race, that's the way to go. Alright, so remember all that tainted metal we got? This stuff here? Now, I had some on me already, but still we've got about 1,200 in here, 1,250. If you go here and you choose item number 3, purchase old scrap, you get a whole nother area that you can purchase different things. Sometimes they have all 3 of these, sometimes they only have 1. You can get repair kits, you can get different types of decorations and items. For instance, a face transformation. You can get the horrific flesh helmet if you want, as well as decals and other decorations. And occasionally they have some upgrades in here that you can grab as well. So, or, you know, look at that. Be Tentacled Steward, you can put a wriggling companion on your ship as well, or on your base. Alright, so you can buy stuff with the tainted metal, and it is kind of expensive. It says ready to redeem for me because I've already gotten this stuff through a different save. Once you purchase it one time through a different save, it becomes available to all of your saves. So there's that as well. Okay, good deal. So that is done, and then from there you can purchase that stuff. You can sell off the stuff that you just acquired through one of the terminals or to one of the guys that are floating through the station. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. The descented bottles don't really get you a whole lot, but go ahead and it's just money. Nip nip buds, smuggle contraband, get rid of it as quickly as possible. Look at that. We've been getting a bonus on it of 2.9%. That's really nice. Get rid of the Gek Relic, the Hadal cores, which you can turn into nanites if you wish, but you know, $500,000, always worth it. There's your tainted metal. You can sell it too if you wish. I got so much ammunition. Oh my gosh. I'm probably just going to delete most of it. Alright, Gek Nips, gone. There's our cargo bulkhead we got. And I think, oh, larval cores. I mean, nodules, neural ducts, the Viking daggers. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them. I've already got a bunch in my inventory at on my base. And I think that's it. Let me just go back through. Okay, yep, we're done. Okay. So that takes care of all the items in our inventory. It looks kind of sparse. We can sell these for nanites now if we wish, and get rid of some of these upgrades. Now in here, remember, still active? Just take it out, put it in your exosuit. It goes into a different slot and still says it's active. All you have to do is exit, go back in. Yeah, it's proving me a liar. Yeah, let's go into our ship. Get a save point. Alright, got a save point. Ah, see, there it is, popped up over there now. So, there you go. And that's the best way to do one of those freighters. Now, again, finding a system that has a freighter that has nothing in it that you have to fight, let me tell you, man, that is a bonus if you can find a system like that. I do recommend just trying different systems. If you don't like what you see, leave. You don't have to stay. So we're going to sell those 3. There we go, or 4 actually. Get a couple extra nanites, and we're back to normal. Feel free to spend them as you wish. Okay, so that clears up my inventory now. We have a little bit of the tainted metal still left over. We have a cargo bulkhead that we can use on our freighter. Excellent, and we can start expanding its inventory. Again, the salvage frigate modules are very handy to get them. Again, this mission agent might have them still, because missions do change. Yep, he still has it here. So we can get that from here if we wish. Alright, now I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to go to a different system and show you one more frigate. Now I could have made this into a very short video with highlights, but there we go. Let's just go to a different system real quick, and I'm going to show you a different frigate. Here, let's go to the Viking system over here. And we're just going to spend a couple moments inside this frigate, and then we're going to end the video there. Okay, we're going to do the same process here. I'm going to go ahead and start up one of these. Now, again, I'll get that other particular signal that's going to pop up any second. There we go. So you're looking, see the icon on the right-hand side is what you're looking for. There it is, see? Alright, there's our frigate. Now, all the derelict frigates kind of look like this. Like this little flat box type shape here. Don't be surprised by that. Alright, one more time. Now, my guess is this is going to be a different frigate. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. I'm going to ignore all the little capsules this time, because I like repair kits and stuff like that. I'm going to claim my supply. Surprise. Supplies? Surprise! Okay, same concept. Let's grab the emergency supplies and then open the door. Does a little countdown. Right hand side, bottom. There we go. Now let's see what this one looks like. So we walk in here, everything looks pretty much the same, right? Nothing special. I'm going to go ahead and collect stuff as I go. Let's hit our log real quick. Hopefully we get the right one. Yep, right away. Okay, good. Usually that's what happens, but it doesn't always happen that way all the time. I'm not going to hit the log snippet. I just want to scavenge. Storm crystal that time. Nice. Go. How we doing? Doing okay? Let's take a look. Alright, so this looks like one of these particular ones. Alright, so it looks like we do not have anything special going on in this one either. So there's no bugs in here, so we seem to have gotten fortunate here. Let me do a quick scan because I feel like I'm missing something over here. Alright. Everything's here. The little suitcases always contain either nanites or scrap or something small. Credits, things like that. It's our purple room. Storm crystals again. More snippets. Projectile ammunition. Looks like we got a B-class thermal protection upgrade. That's very handy to have used in here, right? Let's make sure we got everything. Got everything. Okay, good. Let's go to the purple room real quick. Purple rooms are usually clear of everything. Go out to the main room over here and just check. Okay. Scavenge. Alright, so this is a bug-free ship. I found a second area that has a bug-free ship. Alright, so I'm going to put this on hold and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are in a different freighter, and as you can see we have a different type of mechanism we got to deal with. These are units that can detect you. They're defense turrets, and once they pop out they really can lay down some serious fire. Watch what happens. First I'm going to grab these because it's taking a moment. Okay. Watch. You notice it's pretty strong. They can actually, they've reduced my health by about, I don't know, 20% or so. But only one goes active. The one that detected you goes active. So you can avoid them, you can take them out, it's up to you. Oh, I missed something by the front door. Okay, good deal. Let's get more stuff. You need to get... Oh, the log. Okay, maybe it'll give us what we're looking for. Hey, credentials. Good deal. There we go. And we do need to get over there eventually, but we'll get there in a minute. Nope. There we go. Oh, it almost went to glitched out on me again. It's done that to me on a couple of occasions. So this one has the automated turrets, so that's something to keep an eye open for. Okay, let me take a quick scan. Okay, we've got a room over there we need to get to, but I'm going to take this room first. Private room, quick. There we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got some decent stuff. Do a quick scan one more time. Let's get past all these guys. Ah, we avoided it. Okay. Ah, and that's where we wanted to be anyway. Okay, good deal. Looks like we got some ominous remains that are worth quite a bit. That's pretty good. Oh, we're going downstairs. That's odd. Ah, okay. So this is the other ship I wanted to show you. Not just the automated units that it has up there. Firepower. Oh, nice. Packet of dirty fingers, really? That's disgusting. Anyway, moving on. Oh, we got dirt. Fantastic. Dirt, if you ask me, completely useless. 6,000 units is all it's worth. Get rid of it. You don't need it. Alright, so we got this living slime. So if we shoot it, guess what we get? Living slime. You can gather that if you wish, and you can turn it into nanites later on by turning it into running mold. Running mold, right? Is that what I'm thinking of? Runaway mold. That was it. But you see, anytime you see these festering pustules that are floating around in these particular areas, be aware that what you're going to end up having here is bugs. Now, Boltcaster will work pretty good, but an area of effect damage type unit like a neutron cannon would be much better. Scatter blasters are okay, but neutron cannons are even better. And as you walk past these horrific nests, as it's called here, if you walk past them or moving while they're doing this, so if I move around, you see they get more and more agitated? Yeah. So if I walk, or run past them, see? And then I explode and these guys come out. Now these guys, again, they do some nasty damage to you. And they just go all over the place. And it tells you at the bottom right how many you're having to deal with. It looks like we got 15 to deal with. Yikes, that's a lot. Must have opened up the other one over there too. You notice my health bar is pretty low. Well, wow. I'm actually having a little bit of trouble right now. Trying to get my shields back up before I die. Of course, my thermal protection's falling. I'll use some batteries this time. Okay, we got 8 left. And again, my shields haven't gone back up again because I'm in survival mode. Looks like there's one over here. There we go. Got it. A little bit of a glow from where they're located. 6 left in this area. There's 1. 5. Still listening. It's disappeared. I don't think we took them all out. Maybe we did. Maybe they died off on their own. Okay, I'm not hearing anything, so I guess they're gone. And that's what makes these particular derelict freighters a little bit tougher to get through. Oh, there was a couple. Oh. Still 2 more left in this area. There it is. 1 left. No idea where he is. And yeah, I'm sure some of you are kind of creeped out by this right now. So, will we get better items from it? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it really makes a difference what kind of ship you're on. So I kind of aim for finding ships that don't have bugs on them, because otherwise it takes freaking forever to get this area clear. Let's go ahead and do a quick scan. See what things we haven't opened yet. See, another one. We can go past real quick, but stop. When you have a moment, get away from them. Okay. Yeah, still 1 bug floating around. I have no idea where he is. Now, to get to other areas of the ship, though, unfortunately, you have to shoot through all the tendrils around the door to get through them. There we go. Snippet. We don't really care about that right now. There we go. And all we got down here is some units. And we still haven't gotten a salvage frigate module, even though I've gone through 3 frigates at this point. And here I was going to tell you, yeah, you can get them pretty often around here. Yeah. Liar. Okay. Walking slowly away from them does work, so they don't really go active until later, but okay, we just need to find the exit now. I think it's down here. Ah, there we go. Still got one hostile left in this area, but we can just leave him behind. There we go. Get to these smaller rooms. This looks like a pretty decent sized room, actually. Yeah, and you see there's a whole bunch of these in here. So this makes it so much more fun. So, anyway, you can get some salvage modules in here at some point or another. It's up to you if you want to do it that way. And I'm going to go ahead and conclude this here. So, I don't know why he won't stop putting his gun down. But I can't wave at you other than to do that. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. So basically, salvage frigate modules can be gotten from these ships. This is one area that you can get them from. You can get a whole ton of other items. You can get a lot of supplies as well that you would spend a lot more time elsewhere getting. So this is a good place to get them at. So I do recommend going ahead and going through this, but try to find one without bugs, and that'll be the best way to go. All right, guys. Take care. Thank you very much. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Questions, comments, other ideas, by all means, drop them into the comments section down below, and we'll address them. We'll share them with people. Maybe even pin a comment or two when folks come up with better ideas than doing it this way. But like I said, neutron cannon is the best way to go in these areas. Crowd control. It's what you need. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you again next time.